Hello friends and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick and today we're going to be doing another LD28 game. This one today is called Go Home and it is by developer Blooperly. It's a very simple puzzle game and essentially it's going to be stepping us through a series of levels where essentially we're going to be using color to form some sort of an advantage for our character and then traverse an environment. And I think the thing that really attracted me to this game right off the bat is it's got a really clean, very pretty, just straightforward art style. Apparently using Hexels, I think it was called, and it's actually a Game Maker game too, which surprised me a little bit. Not that I really prejudge Game Maker games or anything, but it's just they don't usually have such art-centric game design to them. So basically, we're just going to be carrying this little character through this little bridge, getting him from point A to point B, using our arrow keys so far, and we're going to try to find out where we belong. So that's the first level, just basically telling you how to control, and then we're going to be introduced to this little block here, which is going to color our face and make us have this orange hue, and then we can use Z to fire our color at these little blocks here, and those are going to create the bridge and allow us passage forward. Now each color has its own thing to it, and right now I think each level has its own color, so it's just sort of like a very simple stepping mechanism. There isn't really much of a difficulty curve. I did play up to the red level here, or the pink level. I can't tell which. It's maybe a little of both. Just to get acclimated, and I'm not sure that the game is necessarily super long, but I do like the concept to it. I just think that probably the art style is a really nice formation, and I think this is the type of game where you want to take this quite a bit further and try and give this a little bit more of a challenge to it. Maybe start combining the colors. I don't know, maybe that's even a thing we do. I didn't get far enough to probably be able to make that assertion. But right now we're just sort of shooting these little, I don't know, like little miniature floating house blocks with a block that slowly comes to a rest in midair and then disappears. I mean, being made in 48 hours is a lot of concessions that sometimes get made. In this case, doesn't really seem to be much in the way of music, but we do have some rudimentary sound effects which sound quite nice. I mean, you got that retro vibe to it. And of course, like I said, the art style is probably one of the biggest strengths, but I would love to see even more in that regard. Perhaps have some things that are glowing in the distance. This seems like a prime candidate for seeing something far away and sort of a depth of field effect with some sort of bioluminescent quality to it. But there is also this like sort of a washed, very faint glow going on where the white is and then where the pink is. So I think that probably is sort of the same mentality of what I was thinking. Just maybe take that to a bigger degree. Oh, we are actually combining colors. That's good. Okay, I was worried that it was going to stay so simple. You only get one color at a time. Okay, well, so far, I can tell right now. Make sure you hit the right side of the target, okay? Well, it shouldn't be too hard. Basically just connect those things, and then we're just going to grab this. And I think I might actually have to go all the way back to the white area before I can shoot that, because I'm pretty sure this isn't going to go far enough to hit that block all the way out in space there. Nope. But it is going to tempt me. Sometimes the only way forward is back. Alright, well, I mean, wasn't too hard to figure that one out. It seems like the character can go about to the middle of the bottom of it, off the sides of the edges of the blocks. I'm not really bothered by that, but it feels like the fact that since everything has such a sharp angle to it, that it should just stop like right perfectly at the edge. I'm trying to line it up, but it's kind of hard like that. So you get that nice, feeling like you're almost controlling on a grid. And also the character seems a little bit slow for my taste, just especially given the fact that we seem to have to navigate back across the whole level again. Had we not had to do that, maybe things would be fine, but, just knock it just a little bit up, and I think things would be fine. Perhaps also a little bit of could be like a contrail that the character leaves on the ground behind it. Maybe the color of whatever its face happens to be glowing could be kind of a nice effect. Ooh, this is really pretty. I like this. This is reminding me a lot of Edge. You're almost there. So close. I have a feeling it's not going to be that simple, though, is it? Welcome home. Is it? It might just be actually that simple. Go Home by Blooperly. Okay, so it seems to me like there were probably supposed to be more colors. The fact that there was green and blue, and then we just didn't really have an effect with those. But it seems like a nice formation, nice beginning for something to blossom from. Like I said, again, the art style really, really nice. And if we added in a few more little complementary extra things on top and then padded it out, gave a bunch of levels, made the challenges a little bit more difficult, I could see this being entertaining. It definitely seems like the type of thing that I could imagine people would be, going after. It seems to have a little bit of that niche appeal. I've certainly played my fair share of puzzle games where I think the primary thing that gets me interested in them is the art style. And if there are other people out there like me, I have a feeling that they would also be equally enticed by what they see in this one. So Go Home I'll give it a thumb up. Just it still needs quite a bit more development before it's anywhere near being ready for any kind of distribution in the in terms of like it being a retail game, which there is zero claim that this is what's actually going on here. This is just an LD game and totally fine. 48 hours again, not a long time to make a game in. It's just too bad there wasn't a little bit more added to the end. I would like to play more of it, which I guess is a good thing to go away with. The fact that you want to leave your audience wanting more is good, but maybe not quite this much more? I don't know if that makes sense. Anyway, that's going to be Go Home. I guess there's not really much more to say about it, but I am curious to hear your opinion, so if you want to go ahead and try it, you can either grab it on the web, you can play it right online, or you can grab the download of it as well. Link is going to be right in the description, as well as my other information, so if you want to see more in the series, over 600 other videos that I've made, plenty of stuff for you to go find over at indie-impressions.com. And then feel free to come back again tomorrow. New episodes are every single day, so I look forward to seeing you back for that. And please feel free to leave any support you can. I do greatly appreciate it, and I do read every comment. So I will see you back here tomorrow, and I hope you have a lovely night. Talk to you later.